I get asked hundreds to thousands of questions every single week, and unfortunately, I'm not able to respond to all of them. So inside this video, I've gathered together some of the best and some of the most unique questions and put them all together inside of this YouTube video. So hopefully I can answer some of your guys' questions, and also whilst doing, I hope I can answer the majority of questions that you guys have. But without further ado, if you find this valuable, leave a like and let's get into it. Question 1, what's the most important thing in phone flipping? Well, this is a bit of a broad question, so I'm going to also answer it broadly. I would say the most important thing about phone flipping is buying phones and getting them for under market value, because in all honesty, phone flipping is super simple. It's just all about buying phones for under market value and selling them for more, leaving you with a profit. That is the broad way of going into it, because when it comes to selling a phone will always sell. Like, maybe not at the price you first expected it to sell at, but a phone will always sell, where a buy is never actually guaranteed. You've actually got to get the phone first to flip it. And another thing I also tell a lot of my students and a lot of other people is, when it comes to phone flipping, you want to focus on the buying aspect more than the selling aspect, because like I just said, selling is always going to happen. Your phones will always sell. So you focus on the buying to scale up your business. You could increase your profit margins by $10, right? And increasing your profit margins by $10, let's say you sell 10 phones, you've increased the profit margin by $10 on each. Yes, that is improvement to your business and it's going to help your selling factors, but bumping up the prices by $10 on 10 of your phones will take a lot longer to sell. You might even see they just don't sell or don't get any traction, when in comparison, you're only profiting another $100, where you could just pick up a single phone, sell it at your usual price without bumping up the profit margins, and you're going to make more than that. So that's why I say buying is always the focus, and why buying is the most important factor. So if you just focus on doing things like checking Facebook Marketplace every 20 minutes, messaging people, negotiating with every single listing, posting your Marketplace cash for phone ads every single day, posting your group cash for phone ads every single day, or even the more complicated strategies like starting an Instagram page and posting cash for phone reels, or starting a Facebook page and posting cash for phone Facebook reels, or whether you do paid Facebook ads, there's so many strategies in comparison to selling phones. Like, when it comes to selling, there's like only a few strategies. Like, you've got selling them locally on Facebook Marketplace, selling them on eBay, or directly selling them to wholesale buyers or direct buyers. There's only 3 strategies and they all work amazingly. Like, you can sell on your local marketplace over 100 phones a month, which I have done. It's pretty simple. Once you've got the stock, you just list them up and you will get people coming in. Same with eBay. If you've got a direct buyer, you can just instantly sell all 100 phones. Where in comparison, just going and getting 100 phones is way harder than selling 100 phones. So what I'm trying to say is, buying phones is a lot harder than selling phones, because selling phones is easy, guaranteed. Focus on buying, focus on scaling up the amount you're buying, focus on implementing more strategies so you can buy more phones. When you buy more phones, in return, you're gonna sell more phones, because the more iPhones you have in stock, the more you're going to sell. So let's say you've got 10 phones, you're more than likely just going to sell 1 or 2 a day. Well, if you've got 50 phones, you're going to consistently sell 4 to 5 a day, where you didn't do anything to your selling strategy. All you did was buy more phones. You scaled the selling side of things by buying more phones. That's why buying more phones is by far the most important part of phone flipping. Question number 2, how is the market going to be when the new iPhone 16 drops? So I'm going to answer this question with as much confidence as I can, but you guys got to remember, I can't actually fully predict these things. It's just like the stock market, or I can't actually fully 100% predict what's going to happen, but I can use pattern recognition. So the last 2 years when the new phones dropped, the iPhone 14 and 15, I can tell you guys my experience of what happened when they dropped. You guys can do with what you want with that. Use that for when the iPhone 16 drops in about a month and a half. But when it comes up to the new iPhone dropping, you will notice a little bit in the market that not that many phones are selling. This is ultimately because a lot of people are waiting for the iPhone 16 to drop. And vice versa, if there's less selling on your part, that obviously means there's less buying on the buyer's part. And so what that means is there's also going to be less phones posted on Marketplace. I found it's usually just 3 weeks to a month before the new phone drops, and I don't mean dead as in like it's gone. It's still good, it's still popping, it's just not as popping, if you guys know what I mean. I have noticed when the new phone actually drops, the marketplace goes mental. You gotta think about it like this. So many people are going and buying this new iPhone 16. Like they're getting plans on it, they're buying it outright, like they're pre-buying it before it's even released to the stores. And so when all these people buy these phones, where do you think their old phones go? Majority of people, because they've just spent 1,500 USD or 2,200 Australian dollars, they've spent that into a new phone. That's a lot of money for the average person to just spend. And then they're left with their previous phone, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna chuck it on Facebook Marketplace to get some money back, so it seems like they didn't spend too much on that new iPhone 16. And because of that, the market will be flooded with so many phones. There's so many phones for you to pick up. When this time comes, I tend to try lock in as much as possible with my cash and phone ads, my group ads, my paid ads, searching Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I have a software that beeps me the second phones are posted, so I don't have to do that anymore. Searching up, negotiating with everybody, because there's so many phones posted, it's the prime time to get some of the best deals you will ever get. But when it comes to actually selling phones during this time, and when it comes to selling phones, yes, there's a lot more selling going on, but there's not as much as you probably think. Like, the selling market increases by a little bit just because the buying market increases. They're pretty hand in hand. You can't have a crazy buying market and a really low selling market, because that's just not how shit works. It's nowhere near as crazy as like November or December season. November, December season, January season, February season is by far the most popping selling time of the year. And in terms for price action in the market when the new phone drops, like how much will our phones drop in prices? It's all dependent on the model. So an iPhone X will probably drop about $20, where an iPhone 15 will probably drop about $70 to $100. Like a 15 Pro Max will probably drop by like 70 to 100. So it's shit like that. Like not all models are going to drop the exact same amount of price. But my best piece of advice for you is just test the market. So when the new iPhone 16 drops, just drop all the prices of your phones. Like drop your iPhone X's by $20, your iPhone 11's by 30, your iPhone 12's by like $40, 13's by 50, 14's by 60. I'm talking Australian dollars here. So for my Europeans and my American followers, and maybe drop it by like less than what I just said. But the whole point is to test, because if you drop your prices by $10 to $20 on all your phones and you notice no phones are selling, you've obviously got to drop it more. But if you notice, fuck, I just dropped my prices and now all of my phones are selling for so fucking fast, then maybe you drop them a bit too much, and maybe the new iPhone 16 drop didn't actually affect the prices as much as you thought. But I found on average drops, depending on the model, $20 to $50. Question number 3, how to tell if someone is scamming. This is something that comes with time, but also it's pretty fucking straightforward. On Facebook Marketplace, if you click on a listing and it's an iPhone 15 Pro Max for $200, it is probably a scam. Yes, you can get some lucky buys, but you're not going to get a 15 Pro Max that is brand new, that comes with warranty, or comes with AirPods too for fucking $200. Like, if you actually get scammed by that, you're a bit of a dickhead, I'm gonna be honest. An easy way to tell is, number 1, if their image quality is like 240p, like you look at their images and they're just so low quality, or things like if their Facebook account was made in 2024, or things like you click on their profile and it's locked, or they have no friends, or their profile picture just looks stupid. Or if you click on their Facebook profile and you see that their profile picture and their cover art were updated 2 hours ago, so their account was like made 2 hours ago. Or if you click on their ad and in the description it says shit like NVIDIA processor with a 7GB RAM, butthole munching shit, I don't even know, because I don't know anything about specs like that, but if it says shit like that, it's also more likely a scam. And the biggest one, which is actually how people get scammed, is when they say, oh, you're going to have to leave a deposit. Never, ever, ever leave a deposit. Legitimately never. Even some real people, not even fake accounts, sometimes ask for a deposit. No, never, ever, ever take a deposit, because it's just quite frankly stupid. Like, that is the whole game of the scammer. They get you to place a deposit, then they block you and they keep your money. Question number 4, how much battery health is not worth buying? I would say anything below 75% is too low to buy the phone, but anything above 75% is completely fine. And to be honest, battery health percentage is a little bit of a scam, because it is all actually dependent on the iPhone model. Like a 13 Pro Max with 75% battery health will last twice as long as an iPhone 8 with 100% battery health. Like, it is more dependent on the actual phone and the model. But a quick tip for you guys, if your battery health on your phone that you're trying to sell is above 75% but below 85%, just don't include it in the ad. Yet again, you're not obliged to actually say these things. You're an iPhone reseller, you're not running a mobile phone shop. And nor are they going to come back to you and be like, oh, my phone is overheating, it's swelling, or anything like that, because 75% to 85% is still a good range. Anything below 75% is when you start running into things like the phone swelling, the screen bending because the battery is pressing against the screen and blowing up, or maybe the phone overheating, or it randomly just shutting off. Again, 75%, you never really see phones that low unless it's like an iPhone X. Majority of times, most phones are above 80%. Question number 5, what did you do to come up with phone flipping? So, it is actually a little bit of a story. It was like back in 2021 when I was working my job, I was already trying side hustles, nothing was fucking working. I was like dead broke, by the way. I had an iPhone 5. I was in 2021, I was 15, 16 years old, and I had an iPhone fucking 5. I'll pop up a photo so you can see, so I'm not bullshitting. This phone was like made in 2011 and I was rocking it 10 years later. Like, I was dead fucking broke, and a friend of mine had a little bit of pity for me. They said, oh, my mum got me the new 14 Pro Max. And fuck you, like, I get it, your parents are fucking rich. But then they were like, well, look, I've got my old iPhone 11, do you want to buy it off me for $250? And I was like, fuck, that's all the money I kind of got. But yeah, I'll do that with you because I'm sick of rocking around with an iPhone 5 as a fucking 16-year-old in 2021. So I went and got it off her. But what I actually did was I checked Facebook Marketplace to see like, oh, how much of a steal did I just get? And I saw they were going for like $500. And I was kind of sitting there like, I mean, I could profit a cheeky little $250, you know what I mean? Like, I'm working this job for $5 an hour and I can just profit $250 just in like doing fucking nothing. So I listed it up for sale, sold it for, I think I sold it for a little bit less. I think the guy on Arrival negotiated with me. Yeah, and I just profited like, I think it was $200 to $250. Absolutely amazing. And then that's when I actually like was like, damn, phone reselling. Like I've heard of couch reselling. I've heard of shoe reselling. I was like, damn, kind of just did an iPhone resell. And I started searching up on TikTok and YouTube, iPhone reselling. And then that's where I saw this one guy. There was only one guy. He was doing iPhone flipping, and I pretty much just reached out to him, sent him a message, and I paid him to mentor me. That is like the full story. So I did basically accidentally resell a phone, flip a phone for a profit on my own term, like without ever hearing of it before. And then when I did that by accident, I was like, damn, this is easy money. And then I started doing research. I was like, I wanted more of it. Like it was kind of like a shock. Like I just made $200 without learning anything. I just did it. You know what I mean? So then I started searching up, found this dude, messaged him, paid him to mentor me. Here is where we are today. Question number 6. What is the best first iPhone to flip? I'm not going to give you an exact one. I'll give you a few. So you got your iPhone X, XS, XR, XS Max, your iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, iPhone 12, and iPhone 12 mini. And the reason why is these phones are cheap enough to get for like $100, like you can get them for $50, $100, $150, $200, and you can flip them and still profit like $100, $150, $200 on them. So they're cheap enough where you can get multiple of them when you don't have too much money, and where you can still flip them for a good profit. Like iPhone 8s, for example, are maybe a bit too low because you can barely scrape $100 profits on them. Well, iPhone 12 Pros and 12 Pro Maxes, when you're entering the region where you can only really get them for like $400, and that's a bit too much to only make $150 profit when you're first starting. So those models I just said are the best first iPhones for you to flip. Question number 7. How did you get a repairer? This is very simple to do, and I don't know why a lot more people don't already have a repairer or already just go and get one, because it's super simple to do. You straight up just find local repairers inside your area by either going to Google, Safari, and just searching up repairers near me, simple as that, or going to Facebook and searching up repairers near me, or even going to Facebook Marketplace and searching up in the Marketplace listing saying iPhone fix, and you see a bunch of people's ads who are in your local area who fix iPhones. And then you'll find so many people, and all you have to do is either call them. I recommend calling them because calling someone is always better. You can either call them or text them, but you just say something along the lines of, hey, I'm a local phone reseller. I will give you 5 phones on a weekly basis that are damaged and need repairing in exchange for discounted repairs because I'm supplying you with consistent business, long-term business, good business. And that's all you got to say. And then when they reply to you, or maybe they're on the phone, you talk about them giving you a price list, and a lot of them will say yes because it's consistent business and consistent money for them. Like, why would they not say yes? I mean, retail stores might not say yes, but when you see someone who's just repairing in their home or running their own little business on their own, then they're the people who are definitely going to say yes. And all you got to do is just add up what's the best. So like, if you get 5 people replying, go with the guy with the best prices who are closest to you. Obviously, if a guy's 40 minutes drive each way, but he's got the best prices, he's probably not as worth it as a guy who's 5 minutes away with a little bit more expensive prices. Also, another thing you want to check with a repairer is that they actually do quality repairs. Because yes, it's cool getting extremely cheap prices, but if that in return gives you really shitty repairs, really shit screens that are just pink and die after 2 months, then you're just going to deal with people coming back, and you don't want to deal with that. So you want to find a repairer that has quality repairs and offers you warranty on the repairs, because every single repairer where they buy their parts from, those parts come with usually 3 months warranty. So let's say a repairer fixes a screen for you, puts a new screen on, 2 months later the screen randomly goes black and the person with the phone didn't do anything, your repairer can just get warranty on that and fix it for completely free. You want a repairer that has warranty, good prices near you, and just a quality good fucking guy. Like, it's somebody you're going to be working with long term, so you want him to be a good quality bloke that you can get along with. Like my repairer, he's been my repairer for 2 years now. He gives the best fucking repairs. There's great prices. He always helps me out. I always help him out. It's just a real good connection, and he's just a fucking great bloke. And I don't know if he's watching this right now, but I very do much appreciate you. It's good having a very good repairer. I've gone through like 7 repairers. Each repairer, I was with them for about like 2 weeks. This guy, 2 years. And the reason why is like what I said, good prices, quality repairs, quality guy, and lives nearby. So yeah, pretty simple. Just go and contact a bunch of local repairers on Facebook Marketplace, or Google, and just pretty much offer them consistent business, aka 5 damaged phones per week to give to them for, in return, discounted repairs. Question number 8, how do I get into wholesale phone flipping? This isn't a question I really wanted to answer, but because there's so many of you asking this, I'm gonna have to answer. So the way I got my wholesale was my platform. I'm the biggest phone reseller, full stop. In the whole of social media, there's not a single person bigger than me on phone reselling. Like, I'm 20k on the YouTube, like 50k on Instagram. There's no one more known than me in this space, so I've just had heaps of people hit me up, pretty much offering me wholesale, like plenty of people. And that is actually how I got my wholesale and how I get phones shipped to my doorstep with like $500 worth of profit on them. If I was in your shoes and I didn't have a platform on how I'd get a wholesale, I'd just search around, build connections with other phone flippers. That's my best advice, because building connections is one of the most important things inside this game. Like, you can build a connection that can in return make you $3,000 a month. Like, I built a connection and this dude sends me phones. Like, outside of my wholesale, I've just got this other dude who personally sends me a couple phones that are like brand new, and I make like 3-4k a month off that single connection, and he obviously makes money in return because he's selling them to me. Yes, build connections and maybe eventually you'll find wholesale, but my personal wholesale and my wholesale guy, I only have for me, and I only have for my mentorship students, to make it as exclusive as possible and also as valuable as possible for my mentorship students. So yes, my wholesale is just for me and my mentorship students. For you guys, I've just advised building connections, meeting new people in the phone flipping space, whether it's online, in communities, or I've personally never been in those shoes and having to find the wholesale connection like that, but if I were, that's what I would do. Number 9, how do you find the best deals? And I assume he means best deals on iPhones to flip, so like the biggest profits. And the best way to get big profit flips will be through your cash for phone ads on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook groups or paid ads, because these people who are messaging you through these obviously aren't listening them up on Facebook Marketplace themselves for a couple of reasons. Number 1, potentially they don't have Facebook Marketplace. Number 2, they are too lazy or don't even know it's a thing. Number 3, they just want a quick sale, so they're reaching out to you on your cash for phone ads. The benefit with this is you can go a lot lower. You can go a lot lower in price and make real big profit margins. Like, for example, with me, on like higher models, when somebody hits me up with a 14 Pro Max, I'll aim for $250 profit on that phone. Obviously, I'm not going to aim for $250 profit on an iPhone 11, but on an iPhone 11, I'll try aim for $180 profit. So when they tell me, hey, I've got this phone, how much do you offer me? I will say $180 profit worth on my end. So I sell them for around $380, so I'll say $200. So it's like that. So I offer them $200 to make $180, and also that leaves a lot of leeway. And so in case they say no, or in case they give a counter offer, that counter offer will still probably be $150 profit for you. So I'd say the best way to get good deals is run cash phone marketplace ads, group ads, maybe even paid ads if you know how to do them, shit like that, because you're going to be the authority and you offer them a price. And some people don't even know the worth of their phones. So let's say they got a 14 Pro Max you can sell for $1,000, you can offer them $700, which in their eyes is still a good thing. Like, damn, $700, that's a good amount of money. But with you, that's $300 profit. So, because when it comes to Facebook Marketplace, if they're posting them on Facebook Marketplace, it's a bit hard to make more than $150, $200 profit. I mean, it is possible, like you will get them really lucky buyers of $400 profit on Facebook Marketplace every now and then, but not as often as your cash for phone ads. Because when somebody posts on Facebook Marketplace, they usually know the price. Like before people post up their iPhones, they usually search up the same model and see what price they're going for. So to get the best deals, cash for phone ads on Marketplace, cash for phone ads on Group, or paid ads if you know how to do them. Okay, well, hopefully I answered a lot of your guys' questions, and I appreciate all you guys tuning in, especially you guys who are still here at the end. And I know I don't say it enough, but I appreciate all you guys for all the comments and DMs I get of you guys asking me questions or telling me stories or thanking me or saying the flips you guys have gotten, even though I don't get to see them all because there's a lot of them. I appreciate you guys all for doing that. But anyway, if you haven't already, join my free phone reselling community. It'll be the first link in the description. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.